So a little bit about my family. It is a close-knit family, as many Latino Hispanic families are. My parents, thank goodness, are still alive, and they have really been major supporters of all of their children, but extremely important for, I think, our success, my success. I look at the sacrifices that they made coming, especially my mother coming from another country, from poverty, fleeing poverty, but coming out with another family by herself. Her mother had to stay back in Central America, Nicaragua. And my father, who was born here in the States but whose family went back to Mexico, was a very different experience. But the immigrant story, and it was one of finding the American dream for their children. And I think that that's what I would like to say, that they knew that they wanted so much more for their children, and the only way they could get it was by making sure that their children were raised here, because this country is the country of opportunity, of education, and just the pursuit of happiness. The kitchen was the center of our universe for us, whether it was learning to do our book reports or learning math. You know, we didn't have calculators at the time, so she'd bring out the jar full of pinto beans, and we would do our math. And that's how, and I remember that very distinctly, her spending time with her children there at the table, to be able to see living proof that things are good, I think, for our country. There's a lot of hope out there, and I'm happy that I could serve with this administration, with this President Barack Obama, who asked me to join him and his team, and I just, I'm just so grateful. I can tell you a story. My mother met him when he was traveling to Los Angeles, and as typical Latina moms, she wants to run up and hug him, and I'm like, Mom, telling her in Spanish, don't go over there and touch him, déjalo, because the Secret Service are around. They're going to go crazy. But she wanted so much to just touch him and to say thank you, and I'm praying for you, and just the best wishes for him, and he reciprocated. He was very gracious, and in fact, before they had that little interlude, he saw my family, and he said, "Oh, I want to take a picture with Mom." So I thought that was really like right on. It has been a life learning experience to have gone through this process, to be asked by the President. Initially, first someone just saying, would you be interested in serving as a cabinet member for labor? And I, just about, was in shock. Like, what? You're talking to me, talk serious. Doubting myself in a way, saying, wait a minute. And then after having conversations with folks, talked to my family about it, and my family, some were saying, well, you should go and find out what they want, find out what it is you can do. And then that way you can't say that you didn't try, and that at least you went through the experience. So that sounded very rational to me. So I said, okay, I will come back, I will do that. So I did have a chance to be interviewed by the President, and it was a good meeting. And it was one of those experiences you just don't forget. You have butterflies in your stomach, and you're thinking, how did this happen? And it was a very cold evening, I think it was a week before Christmas in Chicago. And here I am flying in from LA where it's hot, and I think there were fires going on. It was really just, the differences geographically are just so far. But to be able to feel that someone like that saw fit to ask me to be a part of his team, I think is just incredible. And it showed me how important it is, the value that he places on people's talents, their skills, and how he values also hard work, good experience, family values too, and also that willingness to take on new risks and challenges, and to be someone who's going to be mindful of others' well-being, to allow for someone to trust you, to give you that ability is just amazing. And I think that is what separates this job from any other that I've had, because I've had to run for those other political positions, and you put your trust in the public, but they have to come out to vote. And as you know, not everybody comes out to vote. So you really work hard at building that trust, and the president here made a decision, and I thought, wow, this is really a very unique situation, very special. And as I get to know him more and he gets to know me, I think I just see so many positive things that I know in my heart and in my career that I've been trying to achieve. And to see these things finally coming about for not just women or women of color, but for the American public says volumes for what can happen, what goodness can happen, I think, for everyone.